That didn't go far. You glare at the clansmen and Varl settled among the ruins of Ormsdollar. You feel the rumble growl in your chest. Everyone will be ready to leave as soon as you start walking north. I won't fall for that stupid fire trick again. Volk ignores your comment. The new members from the other caravan will probably need a beating or two. Think it was stupid of me to challenge a Khan? Not really my place to say. Since when has that stopped you? The shield maiden grins. We could have at least waited to hear their plans first, then decided. I decided we'll find work in Bindle. We could have done that without you butting heads with the leader of the remaining Varl. What about all those dredge? If they make it across that chasm, it'll be war. War's always been good for business. Volka smirks, but her face hardens as Juno approaches. Bolverk, could I have a word with you? Haven't you said enough? What'll keep me from gutting you right here? A job opportunity that only I can offer. Volka's eyebrows rise at the sound of work. I'll finish packing. What do you want? I know your ravens need work. Without worker coin, that banner of yours is worthless. You step toward her, towering above the tall Volka, though she stands resolute. In Borisgard, we made an arrangement for you to protect this large cart until we were away from the dredge threat. They're across that damn chasm. That job is done. Agreed, but the cart you've been hauling has become too troublesome. It needs to be sunk in the deepest waters around. You grunt in disgust. Volka's secrets. You would turn down the Mender Council's coin? Where's the coin? Payment upon completion. You have a Volka's oath. The Blue River of the Northwest will be your best option. And if I just leave it in the woods somewhere? I will know, as will the other Volka. Besides, the Ravens have always finished their jobs. That reputation means everything to you. You growl, but she's right. Fine. The Raven's oath. It'll be done. Juno nods and walks away. Volka watches her leave and returns to your side. Now what? Now we have a job. So yeah, welcome back to the Banner Saga 2. Now we catch up with what Bolverk and his mercenary group, the Ravens, will be doing for the remainder of the game. Their own thing. A scout points into the distance with a smile on his face. Walking that direction, you begin to hear the strangest bickering between two Varl. Now you done it, Jut, says one Varl with a large shield and a spear. Kept on until others heard and came nosing around. The other Varl glances your way, nodding politely, and walks towards you while shouldering his axe. Don't mind my brother Nock, he's a warrior. Nock steps closer and shoves the other Varl with his shield. Jut, Varl don't have brothers, and it's warrior. Oops. Volka looks at you with amusement and confusion. None of the other Ravens seem to know how to react either. Are you two addled? Not the nicest way to say hello, Nock says, extending his hand in greeting. And if we were addled, Jut adds, stepping forward and swatting Nock's hand, would we even know it? Nock's. Well, you wouldn't, Jut, but I know. The spectacle continues, and most of the Ravens are now laughing at the absurdity. Oh god, I think we just found Korg and Meek. Hey man? I'm not sure what you're after, but we're not sharing food. Judge shakes his head. We're not after food, are we, Nock? Nock says, No. Well, yes and no. Judd agrees. Yes and no, that's right. We'd fight for you. We'd fight with you. For you, he means. Nock, we'd fight for food, but we'd fight for food, but we fight with this lot. We could get them and get a somewhat decent item. I say somewhat because I don't think it's that good. Or we'll just do this. You can join if you'll shut up. Thank you, Nox says, but just slaps a hand over his brother's mouth. Several mercenaries snort, trying to hold back laughing. The two Varls smile like fools and fall in line. So, yeah, that was a weird thing to happen. A group of new recruits from Borisgard and the previous caravan are loosely gathered behind Mogan, a skilled thrasher with a scar across his thin face. Felt like a good time to introduce myself. Mogan. Thought you were with Alette's clan. Ah! She's even worse than her father about trying to save everyone. She didn't appreciate this chaotic gift of no gods, no rules, and plenty of chances at fighting. There's a few rules to being a raven. Most important is following my orders. Of course, yeah. But what about the shiny card the Valka has us lugging around? Something in this tone signals a primal warning in you. That has nothing to do with you. Well, the way we see it, he motions to the fighters around him. She's no longer around. Let's break it open and look at our riches. We're mercenaries, you idiots. We're paid to run jobs, not steal from who hired us. Is any of this making sense to you? He ignores her. He's only interested in what you have to say. We could try to let him do this and then we would fight, but this can potentially lead to Mogan dying and nothing really coming from that. And, by the way, you can't open the card. Trust me, if you say let's have a look, it turns out it's sealed magically, so you can't even look inside it. Back away, or I kill you in front of your friends. Nervous glances bounce around Mogan's posse. A couple of fighters step away, followed by a few more. Pathetic. But not a bad test to see what your new recruits are made of, right? We could kill him. Like I said, we could kill him, but there's no real good reason to really let him die. Challenge me again, and you're dead. Just keep us busy in all this chaos, and you won't have to worry about me again. The axeman walks away. Either brave or insane, you could use more fighters like him. Yeah, Mogan's kind of gone more bloodthirsty than we last saw him. That's not a good sign. A commotion draws your attention into a nearby woods. You're surprised to see a small group of dredge, which you've never seen before, engaging one of the new recruits on Borisgard. How'd these faint slags get here, you ask, though no one has an answer. The tattooed fighter is noticeably drunk, but he lobs two black axes in quick succession at an approaching scourge. Axes find their mark, shattering stone armor. We could just watch him fight, but this will get him injured if you're playing on a different mode than easy, so let's help him fight. You draw your axes and rush in, surprising all the combatants. Now, if I saw a giant guy with two axes and an axe rushing me, I'd probably panic too. So yeah, we got a slew of new people to use, on top of Krumir, Mogan, and Bercy being here. We got Bolverk himself, whose main ability is actually the fact that he can attack twice, though it will hit anyone, not just the enemy. We got Ollie here, who's actually like Rook in that he can attack both melee and ranged. It's actually really more useful than you think, though if I remember right, this actually makes Ollie the only real ranged unit this caravan has in this game. There's Folka, whose main ability besides being able to help protect units around her is shield mastery. She can literally not get strength damage happen to her until her shield armor is completely gone. So that's kind of neat. There's Spar, who's essentially kind of the same as a Leo, though his active ability skill is the fact that he can delay enemy turns. And then Sigbjorn, who's back from last time we saw him. So let's just add Mogan, because why not? And yeah, this should be decent. Now I'm not sure if a certain bug is gonna pop in on this because it has a good tendency to whenever the Ravens are the selected party. And yeah, it has. I can't move any units. Usually the only way to fix this is to turn off the game and then restart it. But I'd rather not have to restart the entire game just because, well, a certain bug happened. It's shitty, but I can't stop it. We're also really going to want to get Falca to be promoted because she only has one exertion point this early on. We can move there just to defend. Yeah, his ability is really abusive if you know how to actually use it effectively. And there's a kill and some more willpower. I'm actually going to rest Bolverk this turn. Ollie can't kill, so he'll just do armor. Volka gets the kill on this guy, getting us some more willpower in the process. Sigbjorn rests, and yeah, that's the first time I've actually been able to get all three of these guys to actually get a promotion tick out of that. That's neat. Recovering his axes, the mercenary gives you a lazy grin. That was, well, I appreciate the help. Need a drink? Ollie extends a small flask that smells like potent spices and wood smoke. You wave it off. Where'd you learn to throw like that? Taught myself. Too many close calls face to face. Seems to soften people up a bit. When I do it right. Then do it right. Name's Ollie, if you were interested. Grew up in You walk off, but give Folka a quick look, letting her know you're impressed by Ollie's throwing. So yeah, effectively Spar, Folka, and Ollie act as the kind of secondary characters that would fall usually to other people that we got accustomed to in the last game. Ravens in the air as ravens approach, Ollie says with a slur. Is that a good sign? The small village ahead looks well fortified with a few bodies outside the fences, being picked clean by the birds. Your caravan moves closer, but stays out of arrow range. Whoever's in there wants to be left alone, Focus says. But it could be your best chance for supplies around here. We could just let them be, but let's split and attack. With practiced ease, the ravens split and rush the village from 3 angles. Arrows miss their marks at the unexpected charge, and soon you're upon the battle-hardened villagers. Yeah, the ravens are kind of an excuse to be douchebags. So Ollie's item gives him 10 dodge to strength and armor, and the ability and an easier crit chance, which makes him actually pretty useful in the long run. So let's get that exertion. God damn it! I meant to do it on Falca. God damn it! I am disappointed. I should also point out a weird thing. Mercy here gets no lines throughout the rest of this game. At all. He talks in the next one, I'll say that, but he doesn't talk in this game, which is phenomenally odd to me. I mean, I get it, there's a ton of characters, so you can't give everyone a ton of time and effort that you would probably do normally, but it does seem weird that a character who had a minor bit or two in the last game just gets completely forgotten about. And I'm just gonna let Mogan finish this Joker. Hey, I was right, that actually would get him a promotion. You kick down the last of the barricades to find a dozen or so remaining villagers huddled together. Some have bows, but no arrows. Others have thrown their blades to the ground. A man steps forward. I'm Friedrich, the oldest of us, he says. We've been fighting off all types from Ormstar the last 2 weeks now, just trying to protect what's ours. He looks back at his people and says, You won't find us begging for our lives. Volker pulls you aside and says, They know how to fight, so we'd be stronger if they joined us. You pull at your beard. Or I could make them gather food for us. Yeah, we could. There's a lot of stuff we could technically do here for this. Most of all of it will give us supplies, though. I'm just trying to what to do. You know what? For the sake of it, let's take them along. Friedrich pauses only a moment to consider your offer. I doubt you'd leave us with much to defend if I said no. We got no choice but to fight your side. You grunt your approval to Folka as she takes over instructions. Introductions. Spar, an old wanderer who joined the Ravens over half a century ago, pointed at the tents on the edge of the village. Looks like the merchants are still here. Maybe they were being forced to stick around. Yeah, no reason to actually get supplies at this point. So, just kind of leave it. I'm gonna buy that item because it's actually really good to use. Yeah, there's not much to do by promoting your heroes and maybe buying an item, but let's get out of here. Ah, great, the snow's back from the last game. With a vengeance, it looks like. Sure could use more supplies in our cart, Raven says, tightening his belt. Kinda miss having those other folks around. They might not have been worth a damn in a fight, but they knew how to track animals and spot berries just about anywhere. Others agree. I can track better than any of them. You set out and distance yourself from the ravens who come with you. The one carries various scents, and you find one for which you're looking. An hour later, the hunting party finds you spattered with the blood of 2 large deer. With no bow in your possession, they're awestruck. I'm pretty sure he just bum-rushed them. They carry the venison back to the others amid excited chatter.
Wouldn't mind seeing irons fly. If only once more.
Remember the last time we saw this foul bird, eh? Eh, Roladax? Shut up. There's just a tree stuck there. Think the ghost of this dead bird has forgiven you for that wing yet? Spar asks. The other ravens, including Falca, look from the broken stone to you in shock. Aye, the old man says. We were here nearly 40 years ago. Same spot as now. Only a dozen of us left to the unkindness then. Of the better men by twice and all of you. There's rumbling, but the ravens keep listening. We'd run a job for a man. Pfeffer or Finner. Feiner, more like, he says, spitting at the memory. He set us up to take the fall for some of his deals gone bad. We got surrounded here, and this bear of a varl loses his mind. That's a tree, a whole tree, and starts swinging. Spar starts coughing, but recovers. Nearly killed us all, but old Earnix took a hit like no other, and there you have it. The excited ravens start asking you questions, but Spar is all too happy to answer. Yeah, this is what happens when you try to fight a giant who's lifting a tree. Sometimes the answer to you trying to get into a fight is actually a horrible decision. I usually take this one because it involves Bolverk actually showing deep regret for what he did to this, but I never actually chose this one, which gives the same kind of result. Earnix, the god known as the Winter Bird, stands proud on an eternal perch of snow and ice. Stories of seasons past, of hunting Radomir across the summer skies, of creating blizzards while flapping its wings to land in winter, cover the outstretched wings. While walking around the stone, your foot thumps on something hollow. You clear away some ice and find a wooden box, probably left as some token of faith in the dead god. Leaving anything behind for the dead is a waste, you say, immediately prying open the box and pocketing the small item within. So, yeah, a weird move for such a bloodthirsty character. It's interesting to see that he actually shows deep regret for damaging the Godstone. Actually, feeling bad that he disrespected the dead god. Holy crap! There's three-dimensional characters. We gotta get out of here. Cold creeps under cloaks and forces the ravens to huddle together as wind whips around you. Snow begins to blot out the worm-scale mountains in the distance, and you're forced to call for an early camp. Rising from your sleep, you begin pacing, occasionally drumming your fingers on the top of the large cart. A motion in camp draws your attention. Walking towards it, you hear groans and see Falca's shield rising and falling erratically among some furs. Humans, you snort, but the shield flips away, revealing a dredge grunt staring up at you. Stepping back, you bump into another dredge. Looking around, the entire Raven camp is a swarm of stone-armored bodies desperately reaching for you. When your axes lash out through nothing, you realize you were dreaming. An unexpected sadness swells in you, like you've let everyone down. A few of your ravens are watching you, smirking, but your growl makes them look away. You decide to walk the perimeter alone while everyone else slowly awakens. Yeah, another hallucination involved by Dredge. That's probably not good, and hey, we got training here too. Here for another pissing match? Holfi, your quartermaster asked. Or are you begging me to show you how you can really carve up some foes? Lots of neat tricks. You're a berserk, and we're all impressed, Holfi says before spitting. But if you lose it out there in a fight and start killing on your own, well, then you're just a pain in the ass. So let's start with you and the Shield Maiden. You consider what he's asking. You feel up to the challenge? I'm ready. Then start swinging! Oh, that's actually really good placement for us. We can actually end this really early by getting the double kill. And now we can see kind of an example of full visibility champion. +2 armor for 1 turn and allies protected. All strength damage to them goes to Falca. So it's a decent way if you want to protect a large group of people surrounding her. And then we have training 2. Let's see if you know what to do with that ugly drunk and the old man. Wolfie says. Ollie! Spar! Get in here, I'll have you cleaning your own blood off my axe. You consider saying. This one is technically to explore the other abilities laid out by the character by Ollie and Spar. Specifically, the fact that Ollie can throw his axes and Spar can delay turns. See, prevent Bolverk from taking a turn is something we have to do, so... And now we have to hit with the axe storm 3 times. Easier said than done since we only have base 80 at the moment and we lose accuracy every turn. See? I have no idea what you said, even if I did know Nordic language. Damn it. Just so that won't proc and make us lose. I think we already lost this since... Yeah. See, I'm just gonna hit end because I know we've already fucked this up. Alright, I gotta do some promotions first before I screw this up. Let's try again.
Ég læti dúsa skrípi í eigin eymdum eilíf.
Come on. 2, 3. Yes, all we gotta do is just kill Bolverk now. There we go. There, that took way longer. Didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. around to hear you yelling. A harsh voice reaches your ears, followed by the laughter of several others. You halt alerts Volka, who immediately signals the ravens to fan out and draw their weapons. There is a long event chain for this, but I'm not going to do it. Why? Because it ends pretty badly, since as it turns out what happens, this is a woman getting assaulted, but in truth it's her and a group of bandits just faking you out by causing a fake out attack here so they can ambush you later. Let's not get involved. You look at Falk and shake your head. A woman says, "And take the food and leave us!" Again, the men laugh and the harsh voice says, "We'll be taking more than that." Falk's eyes silently question your decision. But quietly, the ravens follow your lead, out of sight and whatever might have been occurring. It's a slower route, but you run into no trouble. Don't have a reason to get us screwed over for nothing, honestly, and it's not like the event chain does that much. It's not like it's going to be a end game thing that pops back up. A couple of Raven scouts take off to check out the cluster of tents ahead. Refugees from Wormsdaler, one of them says upon returning. They got a sizable camp and seem disciplined. They know we're here, the scout adds. No sense in trying to avoid them. You take the lead and approach the refugees. A hooded man with a red spear greets you. "My name's Buck, and this is Laughlin. You're Bolverk and the Ravens, and is this your wife?" You're confused as much by his question as by the fact that no one is with the man. Who is Laughlin? He moves his spear forward a foot. "Laughlin, my advisor, of sorts." You look at Falcon and snort. You're the second spearman we've met who is more than a little touched. The man stares at Folka, a dangerous look on his face. "If you're finished having your laugh, I'll tell you why I've come to you." "Fine, but make it quick." "I'm leading this large group of trained fighters and tradesmen from Ormstaller. We're looking for a new home." "But we've done what it takes to survive out here, but they're starting to lose faith in me." "You want us to reinforce your control?" "No! I want you to take over. Lead us someplace we can live. Buffett and I were meant to be keeping others alive." "Yeah, we could just either kill this guy in a battle or say no, but hey, it's another character we can actually take on as a hero unit, so why say no?" "Riding past Bindle, but we'll take you there." Back kisses the metal of his spear and smiles, probably because his face didn't get stuck to it. "You have my thanks." "Oh, Muffin thanks you as well." So yeah, Bach is is actually another spearman unit you can get for the Ravens group. He's actually pretty useful if you know how to use him right. So yeah, that's actually a pretty neat way to get another person on your team. The unyielding snowfall is proving too much for the humans, who now vainly attempt to follow your large footprints. In truth, the sky and your surroundings lack enough contrast to know where you're going, and it's cold. "Trees over there," Falca managed to say, motioning with her spear. The foliage blocks some of the wind, but it does nothing for visibility. No other option, you burrow into the snow, cloaked in your bare fur.
Darkness. Lightning. Someone pulling in the energy. Painful.
Okay? By the time you waken, a foot of snow covers you and more continues to fall. You walk around, shaking your head to clear away the unclear dream and rouse others from their sleep. An odd sensation strikes you. Like a bear with a litter of cubs, you're satisfied that all your ravens and the refugees are still alive. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to show that Bach is here. Here now. A hog farmer who's lost his mind when he lost his wife. Yeah, Bach has a reason that he actually went kind of insane. I'm not sure if the game explains how his wife died, but I can only assume it had something to do with the dredge appearing out of nowhere. It's possible that she got killed at Ormsdollar when the whole place collapsed. Either way, Bach has lost a lot of what his mind probably had. I've noticed the others aren't good at spotting food, Ollie slurs. It's a good thing I spent some time with that Trigby fellow. You spent time with Trigby. Why does that make way too much sense? Taught me what's what. But I nearly killed myself in those Jaeger bushes over there trying to get these. He steps aside to fill a large basket full of mushrooms. You look at Folko, who shrugs. We need food, she says. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, this is actually a pretty good event. It's not that bad to just say to let him take it. Fine, put him in the cart. Ollie stumbles a bit while hoisting the basket up to the cart and grabs another mushroom for his efforts. Others clap him on the back and show their appreciation. Yeah, something you'll notice quickly about Ollie. He's never sober.
The miners of Bindal are a rough crowd.
Not at all.
Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
Or pickaxes. The old wanderer fights his way up next to you. Can't see a damn thing in this mess. No, so Lord. Nick hasn't forgotten you yet after all. Shouldn't you have died already? Spark grunts. Soon enough, I reckon. Of course, these bones won't be forming any mountain. Brambles, more like. He squints into the distance. There's bound to be a few more people from Ormsdollar trying to find a new home in Bindal, Spar says. Crowded towns haven't always been good for us. There's never been any trouble we couldn't fight our way out of. Or more trouble we couldn't find our way into, Spar says. Most of the ravens are hungry and lonely. Think that mixes well with a bunch of other people who are hungry and scared? He has a point, but there's little to be done about it. The idea of being around so many others in such a confined space makes you tense. You crave for a long hunt and sleep in solitude. Yeah, he's basically like a bear. He just wants to crawl into a cave and sleep. All these people are looking for food and a home. And I'm looking for ale. Is that so much to ask for? I also like the attention to detail that we have the cart behind us instead of it just being an invisible item because there was no render for it. I bet that scout tower already sent word of us being here. Dude, no one was going to miss you. The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls of the mining town of Bindal. The gates are closed and you beat a fist against them. Open the bank gates! You shout. From the wall, two menders look down on you, then recede. Soon the gates open enough for a half dozen well-trained guards to greet you. Their one-eyed captain points and says, "Just you." Volka steps to your side. "Not alone," she says. It's a minor difference if you take Volka or not, but I always like her little extra dialogue. She comes with me. The captain takes a moment to assess the situation and nods. Before following him through the gates, you bark commands to the other ravens to stay close and vigilant. Constant vigilance, Potters. Inside the small gatehouse are two menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear, and a cub of a man holding a staff. Valka Zephyr! It is the Raven Banner! So it seems. But why here? Why now? Huh, another Valka. Interesting, since the last one we saw Juno was... Well, I don't know what I was trying to go with there. Just passing through on our way to the Blue River, but this blasted storm caught us. Planned to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hole up. We brought some people with us. They need a new home. I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond capacity here. Are you Bolverk? Bolverk Bloodaxe? Hold your tongue, Nichols. What do you know about me, boy? Just had a Kratos moment there. Boy. I heard all your tales. I can't believe your Goldberg cloak is real. Is it true your axe handles are made from your own horns? The older Mando places a hand on the younger man's shoulders. Wow, I never knew I was traveling with such a legend. You ignore her. Are you in charge here? Where's the governor? Also, small spoilers, yeah, that's not a fabrication. Those are actually his horns that he turned into his axe handles. Dead gods know why, but I don't think the answer would be anything major. The governor left for Arborang a while back with most of the fighters to settle a dispute. What, did somebody cheat at Uno? The Mender Council sent me to bring the people of Bindal west, as they've heard too many rumors of Dredge. More than rumors. We were in Borsgard, saw Bellower. The Immortal Sunder? How did you escape? Immortal was a joke. He's dead. Nichols' eyes go wide in awe, but Zephyr looks pensive. What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Ormsdaler? We managed. Zephyr looks like she wants to press you for more information. Enough! Open the gates for my ravens. Mercenaries will only panic the people. With every one from Ormsdaler, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yaks. Fine. We'll camp against the leeward walls. Thank you. You'll have all the assistance from your shelter. With your shelter, a Valka and her assistant can give you. Funny you won't let us in when we're on a job with one of your own. You snarl at Volka for saying too much. She shrugs in response. I'm not aware of another Valka being out this direction. Who has tasked you? Juno. Valka's... Blech! Zephyr steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Nichols, you and the guards see what you can do outside the walls for the people. I'll see to it and make sure the ravens are comfortable. The young men nods respectfully to Zephyr, grins at you, and Volka begins leading the guard to the gate. I'm inviting only the two of you to stay within our walls and enjoy a bit of warmth and comfort. We could do this, but it'll cost us some fighters later, and we'll miss out on some decent renown. And separate us from my ravens? No. Suit yourself, but your mistrust is unnecessary. Maybe. I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation. My superior... No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Vulcan known as Juno is dead. So that's a fucking twist. Maybe her being presumed dead every other chapter in the first game wasn't just a dip or something. Well, I mean that as in something we just thought was her not being as dead as we assumed. So before we catch back up with Alette, I'm gonna call things here just because it's the end of the chapter and it's been 40-ish minutes. So yeah, thank you for whoever ever watches for tuning in to see the Banner Saga playthrough continue, and I hope you show up for the next recording. See you next time.